Hello. It's people are doing the survey. People are doing the survey. It's just ticking away. We're nearly at 11,000. Here's your data. Enjoy your data. It's pretty mad how often someone does it. It's like every 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds or so someone does it. It's pretty mad. So it's cool to look at. Here's your data. So yeah, it's going to fill up soon. We're at nearly 11,000. So yeah, there it goes. I'm keeping an eye on it. It's interesting. What can I say? Like there's some bits in it that are really interesting. I will say, like, it's not a perfect survey. It's hard. It's really hard to make a perfect survey. Like, lots of people are saying that we should have included questions to do with Game Pass. Probably right. To mention podcasts. Probably right. Like, the way in which we've identified people could be slightly different as well. So people aren't happy with the age brackets. Like, but I think out of 11,000 responses, I think generally speaking, people sort of see it for what it is. It's just it's a snapshot of data. So if you've not done it and you're like, what is this? I've put out the big Football Manager survey. If you type in exclamation point survey, it'll link you to it now. I think you just need a Google account, which, 2023 probably got one. It's hard. Like some of the points people have made are totally valid and totally right. And if I was to do a survey again, I could take some of those into account. There are some things people wish were there that aren't there, like text boxes, and people wanted to talk about what tactics they use. And I'm like, I don't really care about any of that though. So well, on one level, I mean, yeah, I get it. On another level, no. You and Kev in the same age bracket. I know. I thought you'd like that. I've realised that we've got one of the questions is actually wrong, but I can't change it now. 50 you get to choose. I guess if you're 50, you can choose which bracket you're in. It's one of the smaller brackets anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So is it difficult? Yeah, it's difficult. It's not perfect, is it? Like, any data collection is going to be a bit limited. Well, we talked loads, like, for those that are in the call, that they know, right? The amount of times I said is, do we need to be more open on this, or can we have it like quite closed off to get like definitive answers? Like, we could have made this, like, Jack thought we should have had like 10 questions or something, or like 20 questions. Oh, the music's loud. Yeah, it is. Sorry. Jack thought we should have like 10 to 15 questions, and I think we settled on like 32 questions. So, like, it's just one of those things. Some people wanted it certain ways. There's one in particular that I am like stunned by, and I don't know if I should have been surprised by it or not, but there's one I'm like really surprised, and I shouldn't be surprised, but I sort of am really surprised. Because it's data Football Manager will have, like, it's not data I'd have to give them. I was just really curious. And it's which device people play Football Manager on. And I'm really surprised by the answer. I'm really surprised what the primary use is for Football Manager. We're going to get into a game like pretty early here, because we've got some Europe to play. If you missed yesterday, there is. If you missed yesterday, we got knocked out of the Europa League. I know, mega sad. But we are in the Conference League. We play AZ Alkmaar. That's to come later today. The problem with AZ Alkmaar, and it is a problem, I would say, they are a problem, is mainly focused around this bloke. I have to play him. If you're new to this save, this won't go well. What can I tell you? Like, this isn't, my team isn't as good. Like, my strikers are okay, actually. This is really like not, okay, I'll put it this way, this is my best defender. So yeah, he's left only as well, Duarte, and I don't play him on the left. Oh, that's because they're both left. Wait, he's not left. Oh my God, he just prefers to play. He can also play left back. I never knew that. Oh my God. For some reason I assumed Dante. Did I say Duarte? For some reason I thought Dante was right-sided, but no. You were like, oh, not yesterday, day before yesterday. Sorry, my bad. I do data collection analysis for a job and thought it was pretty well done, to be honest. Value of long answers is diluted massively. When you've got so many responses, you just end up reading the most eye-catching ones you agree with most. Yeah. We, like, it's not the last survey of all time, is it? We could always do another survey. I also, like, people going, I want to just be able to, like, leave final comments. I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to be called fat, mate. So I'm just going to leave that off. For people that hate me, that just bomb the survey off just so they can attack me or someone else. Like, I brought this up to the group last time. It's like, I don't want to put an option for text boxes because they didn't, like, it wasn't just abuse of me. It was like it would just be like derogatory comments to people about Football Manager or people in showdowns or like just not very nice. So yeah, Matt Blanco's in the building. Can he hear me? That's what you got to wonder. I've read the last bit. Your headphones are here. Phenomenal. Shout out to Sneak Energy, by the way, who are in part sponsors of today's stream. You can kind of see it. It's hard. It's nice. So yeah, I didn't feel like we needed text boxes was the answer. How many would have just been just plain 2D? Everything is that. Matt, you've got these headphones, haven't you? These are you own these. What I will say, Blanco, is, and you've probably done this before, so don't be surprised, is you will have to order some new of like these like pad thing. What are they called? Headphone covers, because they will wear down after like a year probably. I've had to replace them twice, but it means I get to keep good headphones. So, but yeah, they're really good. I was recommending them by Kirsty, and it changed my life. And I was always like, why do people need good headphones? Who cares about good headphones? And I put these on and went, oh, that's different. That's really different. Okay. What I can tell you, Josky, and this won't be a surprise to you, I don't think, is that, and this, I tweeted this, I sent this to someone. Basically, when we had 2,000 responses, this is mad, by the way. William Brazer, Happy New Year. God, I just want your phone number. I just want to be able to text you pictures of me all day. Just like, hello. We are, the Football Manager community is 98.2% male. I know. What a shocker. What a shocker. That is in line with my YouTube analytics from 6 years ago. Maybe 7 years ago. So it hasn't really changed. But yeah, when we had 2,000 responses, it was 98.2%. And when we've got 11,000 responses now, it was 98.2%. So that's not changing, it seems. So yeah, not a big surprise. So yeah, one of those. And then our female, for those that are curious, of the 11,000 people, 11,052 people that have done the survey, 52 identify as female. 52. So, you know, if you're looking for a wife in the Football Manager community, play Call of Duty. Play anything but this game, honestly. Is the answer. I think the metrics will be different a lot next year, and I hope they are. And I think, okay, I'm saying this on the assumption that women's football's in. Excuse me. If women's football's in next year, I think you'll see a big jump in the demographic. I think it will change quite dramatically. I think it'll be, like, when I say dramatically, I think it will double, which is a good start, and it might even triple. I don't know. Are you joking? Is that the first highlight I get of the day? Is that what I'm dealing with? First, is that... Unbelievable. But yeah, crazy. Well, yeah, Josky, you're living the dream, mate. Welcome back, Ben. Thank you. Yeah, it's great to be here. The game's good. I also, like, a lot of the questions weren't, like, they weren't very hostile, I think is the word. Is that a penalty? I'm not convinced it is. That was good. Is that a penalty? Okay. Are we getting a breakdown? Yeah, I'm going to give it a week, though. I'm going to let it sit for a week because the longer it goes on, the wider it'll go. And I will mention it like every day, and hopefully people share it on like. So if it, like, I'll say now, actually, this is a good way to put it. We're in Romania, Mark. Your spelling of country was interesting. If you're in Facebook groups, like I saw someone posted it to Reddit, which is great. If you're in Discord groups with like loads of people, like the Sort It Out SI Discord is pretty big. I assume it's gone in Zealand's Discord. Like I'd like to think it's gone in quite a lot of Discords. Because there's like obviously lots of people that participate in those. Obviously, if you don't want to do the survey, don't. It doesn't. I don't mind. Thanks for subscribing, by the way. I'm just doing sort of my introduction. Right, gang. We have to have a chat about this goalkeeper because yes, it's a well struck effort, but that's not the first time, is it? That's not the. I've won any trophies yet. Yes, I have. That's not the. I mean, it's hit with some velocity. The thing is, right, he shouldn't be this bad. That's what's frustrating. Like, I just don't think he should be this bad. I don't know what's gone on, really. Like, he looks all right, doesn't he? I don't think he should be this bad. Is it that he does he speak Romanian? Is Romanian the language you speak if you live in? Do I need to send him? Is Romanian a language? Or am I going crazy? I think it is a language. Am I right? Where am I? Look, listen, people have been subscribing. While we win this second half. That's right, you heard. While we win this second half, let me shout out some of you that are subs. So thank you, everybody. H20 Henry, thank you, mate. 21 months. You'd love to see it. Mr. RH Gamer, 67 months. My guy, massive. Thank you, mate. Jamie Bowman, welcome back for 18. We're in. Oh, we're out. That's got to be like a backwards name that I can't read, but it's EYTMCD. Thank you for the 11 months, my man. They're closing on a year. When I say my man, by the way, I'm doing assumptions based on my graph. Brad Journo, 53 months. Thank you, mate. You subbed yesterday, but you're sharing it today. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Kevin, thank you for the 49. Appreciate the message as well. We're losing. What happened? Hang on. Why are the two players near the goal? Like, what's happened there? Did I miss something? Reading things out. Millie Cards, thank you for the 7 months. You go on to episode 15 of Canary Island. Oh my lord, that's stressful, isn't it? What just happened here? Was it just a header? Why do my defenders run into the goal afterwards? Oh my god, is that my? Look, I'm not trying to be like it's the first goal of the day. Because it is the first goal of the day, right? And I'm not trying to be like a pedant about it, but look at, like, he's in my footballer. He's inside my footballer. My player is quite literally in front of him, and he's inside my footballer. I don't want to do this every single. I think it goes through the head of my defender. Like, if I slow that... So... to be fair, it was always meant to go in, though, so, I mean, mustn't grumble, etc. Well, I don't really... Does it go through my defender's head? By the way, the replays on FM are so weird that if I now go back, the camera angle is slightly different. Like, I don't know why. Please don't go through his head, please. Okay, so I'm not allowed to pause it on that instance. I don't think it does, but look at that. I mean, look at that. It's like Fluffy from the first Harry Potter. Like, what are we doing here? What a reference, by the way. And I'm going to lose now. Like, I'm probably going to lose now. That's what stings, viewers. That's what really hurts. That I probably don't win the game now. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually what I'll play. Hi Ben, just wondering if you've heard anything about the PS5 version for FM. Should we just take the silence as cancellation? I've heard nothing. I think the fact that we've heard nothing is bad. That's what I'll say. I think the chances of it coming out don't seem good, but I mean, there's still time, right? Just give me the 2 months. Thank you, my friend. Eggy, thank you for the 26, other way around. Thank you, mate. Spider Dan with the Prime as well. All the best for the new year, Ben. Thank you, mate. Let's win another cup, mate. Maybe that's what we're saving our form for. I mean, let's hope so. Where are we? Lee with the 22. Thank you, mate. Afro Chuck, 73 months. My God. What goalkeeping. Sean, thank you for the 29 months as well, mate. Appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, the thing is they had RTX on PS5. Hello, we're in. Oh, what a touch. I mean, he's drifted through him. I mean, it's a great finish. It's equally ridiculous, though, isn't it? Glory Hunter will be not on Twitch. There's the exclusive. Did I see they're bringing Money in the Bank to the O2 Arena? Are they? That makes me want to go. Does he go through him? See, the problem is, viewers. Wait. No. It doesn't, does it? Does it? Oh. The problem is, viewers, it's every goal. It's every goal. Have I seen the situation between CoffeeZilla and Logan Paul? I mean, yeah. Do you know what? Legally, I can't say anything about it. So, Neutral Normie, thank you for the 5, mate. Appreciate that. I think Logan Paul is a bit of a wally for it. I don't think it's quite as bad as CoffeeZilla made out. I've got to be honest. I just think the crypto. I looked into. Is it safe to come out yet? Is it over? I don't want to watch the highlight. Is it over? I've had a better XG there as well. That's quality. Right. I can't believe he's cost me, like, the thing is, if you didn't watch yesterday or whatever it was, right, he's literally cost me 4 games here. No, I do think if you're in the crypto world, you're sort of asking for it a little bit. Like, it's so volatile. It's like painfully volatile. So like you are kind of asking for it a bit, like, and you are at the behest of people that are like Logan Paul and influencers a lot of the time, or like they're wrong. There are some really smart people involved in crypto. There really are, but like ultimately, it's such a minefield of just. It's a really, what I will say is, for like someone like CoffeeZilla, right? It's a really easy place to look for like problems. Like, it's a really easy for that. It's really easy for that. Wee man, thank you for the 19, mate. Appreciate that. Again, Neutral Normie, gifting 5. You, my guy. Thank you, mate. Very kind. Why are some player stats blue? Because you can change them. I don't know if anyone know. You probably know this. So my best stat attributes are a yellow. So I have a yellow and blue, and also my team wear blue, so it looks even better. But you can change these in preferences. If you type in colors, you can change the skin colors, and you can also change the threshold. So if you play in a lower division, you can make them slightly better. This is one of like the best features about Football Manager, I would dare say. Do you know what I should do, chat? Is I should change the colours to be my branding colours. That's actually genius. Why have I never done that before? But yeah, I have yellow and blue because I like yellow and blue for those specifically. I wrote you a tiny theme for this team. Thing is, Tim, you've sent me a Google Drive link there that I don't want to click. But if you want to tweet me something, that's probably easier. Grovesy, thank you for the 30 months, my man. I appreciate that. The FaZe Clan token scandal was worse. Oh, it was much worse. It was much worse. The thing is, this is a bigger story because it's Logan Paul, not because like it's a bigger crime, I guess. Do you call it a crime? Alleged crime. So yeah. Hi Ben, hadn't seen your content for a while, but came across your saves tier list the other day. Now watching 2000 FM20's Glory Hunter. My word, what a save. Yes, come on. See, some of them are good. Some of them are good. Jamie, you asked about the survey. I am going to release some of the results publicly. I won't release all of them publicly. Some of them, like, frankly, I'll just be honest with you, some of them aren't interesting. Some of them are very interesting. Some of them aren't interesting. Like, some of them are exactly what I thought they would be. And I assume what everyone else thinks as well. Some of them are interesting. Like, I'll be pretty fair though. I'm not just going to release the ones that back what I say, or what I think. Like, one of the questions goes completely against how I feel about Football Manager this year. One of the answers completely disagrees with how I think about it. Am I going to play you in the next game just because? Like, so like, I guess, I mean, shall we see how much my viewership compares? I don't know. Was the survey done just by you or others creators involved? I refused to do it on my own, essentially. I reached out to about 15, 20 people and said, if you can help, and about 5 or 6, 7 did. Class. I mean, quality. So, I mean, it's not great from us, is it? To be fair, I've got to be fair. It's the first crash dump I've had on that save. Is that Windows 11? It is Windows 11. We go again. I don't think that would have saved. Oh, mate, I played GTA for the first time. I did the prologue thing at the start of the story in 144 FPS. Well, 144 frames on this monitor. And like with it like maxed out. It's really good. I was conflicted slightly, but I always buy the next game regardless of the changes. But if I was asked if I would buy based on the difference since the previous game, I wouldn't have bought FM23. Interesting. Interesting. Me and you. We go again. I don't think this would have saved post-win, so, or loss actually. What do I do, gang? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to play it again? Do you want me to instant result and just go with whatever I get? Like, I don't know. I could just insta it, and it's just whatever. Let me just move on. What are you thinking? Just insta and just go whatever it is. I mean, I might win again. I might get smashed to pieces. I'll probably win 6-0, and that'd be infuriating. That's exactly what I played. I'm not going to do anything different. Just let's see what happens. I mean, it's more annoying. What was we've lost their goal now. I want to see the goals just so we can enjoy what happened. We had a goal ruled out as well. Devoed. How you doing, Phil? I'm good, mate. How are you? The family are good. Doug's just got home from nursery. He's in a fine mood. I'll hit it from there. Go on. Oh my god, mate, he's unbelievable. Oh no, I want to go back in. Oh no, have I cocked it up? And I want to see their goal. What was their goal like? I hope it's just like a really generic. I hope it's a corner or something where I don't feel sick. An actual pass back there. Okay. Well, in fairness, we conceded a header last time, didn't we? So. Oh, I've tried to click the wrong thing there. What was the red card for? Yep. That'll do it. Good Lord. Yes, agree. Hard agree. Yeah, can't do that. I think he was on a yellow as well. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That is a crime. Alice is bang on. That's a crime. That's not just a foul. That's a crime. I'm going to ask you a question, chat. In the survey, how many people do you think are UK and Ireland? What's your percentage on UK and Ireland, do you think, for Football Manager content? Or like for the survey? 11,000 responses. Some of you, no one's got it bang on, I don't think. Some of you are very close. I think most of you will be surprised, actually. I've known for ages because of YouTube analytics and Twitch analytics. Jack Two Hands, first time chatter, said 58%, and he's right. It's 58.7 is UK and Ireland. The rest of Europe is a big percentage after that. 24. Lower than you thought, I reckon, for most of you. Lower than you thought. Interesting, isn't it? Still interesting. What's next? Well, the rest of Europe is the next section. It's the sort of like the first three questions I don't necessarily need the data on, because anyone that does any type of content, like on YouTube or Twitch or anything, has that data. Like it's not new, like it's like I have it. I know what that is already. It pretty much is in line with my YouTube data. It's basically, I would say it's almost identical to my YouTube data. So it's not a big surprise. I could look that up actually and compare and be like, is it exactly the same? I bet it's pretty close in terms of audience. So my UK demographic, I guess Ireland's not in that, but my UK demographic in the last 23 days, oh, we'll do last year actually. We'll do 2022. Is 60%. So it's pretty much bang on. With Ireland actually 62%. So it's not a big surprise. My male to female demographic on YouTube is 98%. In the survey, it is 98%. Like again, it's not data I needed, and the ages are basically exactly the same as well. Although we changed them up a little bit, but they pretty much give the exact representation that you get on YouTube. So I did again. It wasn't data I needed really. But yeah, some of the baseline data I'm really surprised about. Like, I'll release this in a more public way. And again, I'm not. Do you know what data I'm not worried about saying out loud on this stream right now is stuff that I know FM have got. Because so I'm not really bothered, right? But so I'm going to tell you one because I think this is fascinating and I'm surprised by it, and I'm surprised how much I'm surprised by it, to be honest. Which I realize will influence how you now think about what I'm about to ask you. Which device do you think, what do you primarily use to play Football Manager on? What do you think the percentage is for PC and Mac? For the primary playing of FM, PC and Mac. I'm surprised. Some of you will be surprised. Some of you will not be surprised. That's how this works. And if you're not telling me what you actually think and you're going off what I said, then you've done yourself a misdemeanor. So I would have said, if you had to ask me, I'd have gone 70%. I'd have gone 70% of FM players who did this survey primarily play on PC. Right? I'd have gone like 70, maybe 75, but like 70%. The correct answer is 96%. Wow. I was like, and that's primarily, right? You might play on both, but that's pretty rare. So some of you were pretty much bang on with that, but I was surprised that 96% of people play primarily on PC. I thought it was going to be a lot higher. I thought console would be like 15%, like Xbox. Could that not just be your audience though, Ben? This survey is not just my audience. Trust me. And also, like, the data is pretty much bang on to what was like, some of it's what I expected, but that one surprised me. That one really surprised me. Yeah, it's hard to play on PlayStation though this year. That's true. Right, team. We're playing AZ Alkmaar. I think what we want to do here is actually give ourselves the best chance of winning, which I know sounds bold by me. We're not going to counter press. We are going to try and build it out from the back and be quite like, we're going to be a bit annoying, I think, is the way we're going to play this. And try and disrupt a little bit and counter when we get the chance to. But ultimately, like, not try and do too much clever stuff. Is it going to let me do my attacking corners now? I don't understand. Is it just because I have to put takers on? I don't want Dante on them. What are we doing here? I want him in the middle. So if I see, like, if I click, I can't click. Why? Why won't it let me click him? I could hover his. I won't let. Stream. What is this about? Why is this a thing? I don't know why is this on my game? I don't know why. If they're just gonna, whatever. So honestly, I don't know. I don't know why I can't move them. And it does annoy me. Oh my God, my other goalkeeper's basically fit. You're in. You're in. The Popoviches are on the bench. Are they related? Imagine they're related. No, they're not. That's a shame. I'd have loved them to be related. Like, I didn't ask many, like, I asked a real few, actually, like, really direct, oh, it's a great team talk. Oh my God. Some really direct questions about. Sorry, viewers. Welcome to the UEFA Conference League. And it's live. Now. Here come the teams. AZ Alkmaar. And a team from Romania none of us can pronounce. Whoa. Amazing. Back to busted. I think it might be 5-0 in both games. So that's going to be interesting. What a set. I'll tell you what, viewers. Would Popovic have done that? Probably not. Would he have let it just go in? Probably. We're away from home. I'm going to be quite cautious and quite defensive and not try and be too clever. And if we score set pieces or counter attacks, then, well, bully for us. They're really narrow. That helps us quite a lot. That's actually really, really helpful because it's less likely they're going to play overlaps. Oh God, we're not really having a lot of the ball, but I sort of don't mind. Oh God, I mind now. See, this is where we're going to get destroyed. I don't know why we're not playing a bit safer, really. Like, I think dribble less is probably smarter. Slow it down a lot. Be like, I mean, it's probably too late. I think this is probably a goal, but see, like the fact they're playing quite deep here. Like, as soon as he gets in these areas, we're done for. These two in the middle here are going to absolutely destroy my centre backs. I'm fully aware of that, but they're not going to be able to put crosses in that often. Oh God! As soon as these fullbacks get forward, I am terrified. Oh, they're in. Oh, viewers, I'll tell you now. Drink. See, this goalkeeper's great. This goalkeeper's a real goal. He's an actual goalkeeper. I mean, some of the evidence will be false. Look at that. They were in this. How good are their players for reference? We'll just go through a few, shall we? Hopefully you can see the hovering. Yeah, so that's one of their. They're actually not playing their best striker, but compared to ours, like they're much better than we are. Basically, is the long and short of it. They would probably be the best team in my division. Cute man as a brother. So like they're very strong. They just have all the right mental attributes in all the right places, and we just don't. So yeah, do you feel like this is the sort of game you can see penalties in all the time? Because like the game needs to find a way to get them to win, and if they're not carving out chances because of their system, they will just get a penalty from a push. I'm not saying that's guaranteed to happen for Football Manager. I'm just saying it's possible, and it usually happens at around the 65-minute mark. To really, because then I go for it. They beat me 3-0 and it's all fine, right? That's a good half though. That's away from home as well. That's a wicked half. But here it comes. Stay vigilant, team. Stay vigilant. 65 minutes is coming up. Oh, we've bypassed. No pushes. No pushes, please. Or just great finishes as well, maybe. Okay, it wasn't a push, but you know. Now what do I do? Do I go for it now? What do I do? do I go for it and they win 3-0? I think we go for it a bit, guys. I mean, we've got to come out of our shell a little bit. Oh no. Keep it tight. We're still countering. We're not pressing. There's 2. Well, I should maybe just... Is it not counted? I've got a reprieve. Oh, I feel like I don't need... Okay, I'll change it up slightly. In that we'll pass a lot more direct, but we'll still play quite slow. And distribute it over. Like, we're going to try and force them further back, basically. I think that's the way to go here. Do I want to invite crosses? Probably not. I don't want to get stuck in either, really. I feel like the team is quite tight. I think what we do actually here, I think the smart move is to go to a 4-3-3 and try and find a little bit of space out wide. I don't know if one of these guys can play on the left at all. No, can you play on the left? Oh sure, can you play on the left? Yeah, all right, we'll do that then. We'll do it like that. And then we'll make him like an inside forward. A Ramdeuter, why not? Let's just live the dream. And have those 3 still pushed on quite a lot. I don't think it's the worst play. Like, obviously it's not, I don't think it's happened yet. I don't think they're playing as wingers yet. I do feel like the forwards I have are good enough though. I don't think I put it on cautious. Challenge, oh, what a challenge it was. And then nice control. Okay, I mean, that's good. Oh, that's ambitious. But go on. Oh my God, we've scored. What? I don't know how I didn't wake Doug up. Come on. What the flipping heck? Oh my, what on earth? What a ball that is, by the way. Is that Popovic? I don't think the change, that's not even, the changes haven't happened, but I'm still doing them. What a finish. Maybe from that side. He's about to be Ramdeutering. Mate, this will be good. Hold on, lads. Oh, never mind. I think the dream might be dead, but there's no away goals. This is when I wish there was. Oh my God, they've missed again. Are we about to do the impossible here? We've had 1 shot on target, mate, the XG. If you want to know how I won the final of the Romanian Cup, by the way, it was a bit like this. No, don't do it to me like that game. Oh, mate, I want to pull off the biggest smash and grab ever. Oh, my God, my goalkeeper's getting it. What are you doing? Okay, fine. Oh, we've lost the ball. We've lost the ball. They're in. He's shouting. Oh, boss, it's not you, is it? Deary me. No, I don't know. What if we win, though? That's cool, isn't it? Oh, you've headed it to them, you Burke. We're back on it. Launched. Oh, my. Are we about to put... No way. Oh, God. They've made me believe there. That's the worst bit. I started to believe we could have done that, and now I feel like the worst thing is going to happen. I don't know. I feel like a 2-1 away defeat is not even that bad to AZ. I mean, that just looked quite easy, didn't it? That just looked quite easy. That's a shame. But I didn't see the momentum graph. I can't imagine it was in my favour. Crikey. Damn. All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good result. We maybe could have made more changes at the back end and got a bit more. Like, I don't feel like that feels harsh to me. I know they've had a lot of shots, but that feels harsh. You did yourselves proud. Well done, lads. They should be proud. That was good. I mean, I don't know how we beat them in the second game. In fact, I don't think we can beat them, but I feel like if we'd have had Popovic there, by the way, God, it would have been like 7. Thank God for that. Thank God we changed the goalkeeper. I want to look at what my words are really hard. I want to see what my momentum was now in the game. What am I doing? Where am I? Team? What happened here? Was that when it was half time and suddenly we were back in it? Crikey. A little bit maybe against the run of play there. The pass map, not great for us. There's quite a big disconnect here between our midfielders and our attackers. I dare say the way we've just played there, right? Like, stylistically, we should probably be playing that in the league. Like, because we're not very good. And we're playing the other Cluj as well. Our league form has not been good. We've played some good teams, though. So it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Do you know what's really weird, guys? Oh, no, I can't say it. I won't say it. Because then you won't be able to stop thinking about it. No, it's not FM based either, so don't worry. You don't have to panic. We're over 11,000 submissions. If you've not done the Football Manager survey yet, or you don't even know what I'm talking about, type in ! Survey. Do it now. Do it now. Thoughts on Liverpool lately? We talked about it quite a lot the other day. Back of the nets. LEFC Spenny, thank you, mate. Appreciate the 22. My guy. We talked about it the other day. Essentially, I think Thiago is the problem. In that Liverpool have set up to play with Thiago and it's making them worse. And it's not really the fault of Thiago. It's just like Liverpool tried something and it hasn't worked. And sometimes that just happens in football. And like, it will be fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, it will be okay in the future, but it's just like, it's just a bit sucky. And like, he's brilliant. But Liverpool fundamentally tried to change the way in which they play football matches, and it's not working, and it's made them less effective. So the obvious thing to do, rather than stick with it and hope it comes off, is to go back to what was working. Which is difficult when part of your transfer strategy will be based around that as well. Like, I just think Liverpool miss having a combative midfield, and I think it's so funny. I think the criticism of Liverpool's midfield all the time was they don't score enough or they don't assist enough, and now everyone's like, yeah, but the way in which they facilitated the front three was great, and now we sort of facilitate Thiago because he's the playmaker, he's the ball player, like he's the guy that has to make stuff happen. But before it was like, how quickly can we get Salah the ball? How quickly can we get Mane the ball? How can Bobby like push and pull players all over the place? Like how can we make all of those things happen? And ultimately, like it's not as good. Is the long and short of it. It's not as good. Van Dijk's creaking. Well, it's not like, well, this is what I'm saying. Thiago and Gini Wijnaldum are not the same player. So it's a lot harder to play when you've got Thiago in front of you that wants to be a part of everything. Like, that's hard. Do you think the Mane-Robertson connection is missed? Not really, actually. I don't think that is missed. I don't think that connection, because I think Robertson, the way in which Andy Robertson plays is a winger's dream. So I don't think it's a big deal, frankly. I don't think people care or mind as much. I know I don't. That's how I feel about it. I think, like, whether it's Diaz or Nunez or it might be Gakpo, like he's just such a dream to play with as a fullback. He's so traditional as a fullback, other than the fact he runs inside sometimes. But like he's excellent. Korean North, thank you for the 39 months. Hope you're well, Ben. Crazy how long it's been. Liverpool had Ricky Lambert, Balotelli, Sturridge as forward options, Jordan had Markovic as wing backs. Yeah, that's what I mean. It will be fine, right? It will be fine. Is there any ways to improve sponsorship deals? I moved Wrexham to the Championship when I played second season. I finished 9th, no increase in money, because you've got to make sure you can sustain it for a bit, mate. You can't just jump on straight away with big sponsorships. You have to grow the reputation of the club before you get the big sponsorships. So winning major competitions or being sustainable in the Premier League will bring you better sponsorships. I'm losing again in the league. Going for Gakpo instead of a midfielder was such a strange decision. But you're making it sound like that was the choice. That wasn't the choice, was it? They didn't go, shall we get in a midfielder or shall we get in a forward? The conversation was, we're interested in Cody Gakpo. He's become available. Do we make the move or not? We do. We get him. It's not as simple as that. I think Liverpool's desire for a really athletic midfielder is becoming clear. I think that's obvious now. It's gonna happen, and I think, frankly, I'm of the belief. I could be wrong, and I could be made to look like a fool for being wrong. I think Liverpool are 99% certain they will get Jude Bellingham. I think that's basically what's happened. I think they just think they're going to get Jude Bellingham. I think they are almost convinced of it, and that's my right back who's left-footed. Okay, sure. What do you know? What? Yeah, quality. But because basically I think if Liverpool aren't in for Jude Bellingham, one, it's a huge mistake on their part because I think he wants to play for Liverpool. I think Henderson and Trent probably did a pretty good job chatting with him on England duty, but not. But I don't think you have to do a hard sell on Liverpool Football Club under Jurgen Klopp. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's going to go, it's because of Henderson and Trent. Liverpool have sort of done a pretty good job themselves over the last few years of being a team that players want to join. Like I mentioned before, like what our attacking options were 10 years ago. Look at what we like. Cody Gakpo was one of the most exciting players of the World Cup. One of the most exciting players in Europe in terms of players that are going to get a big step up from where they're at. And Liverpool just went, we'll have that. Sure. So now Liverpool have 6 forwards. So yeah, there's some injury issues and there's some contract disputes going on with like Bobby or whatever, and again injuries to Jota. But ultimately, they wanted Cody Gakpo and they've got him. Like, I'm okay with it. I don't necessarily think we get Bellingham in January. I just think Jude Bellingham is. I also think, and again, this will be really sad. I felt this about Werner actually as well. To be fair. In that, I think Bellingham just suits Liverpool really well. I just think that loads of reasons why. I also think one of the major factors with Bellingham. Oh my God, this goalkeeper's fantastic. I think Liverpool will make him captain at like 21. I think Henderson will either like relinquish it to him, or because I personally believe Bellingham will be England and Liverpool captain, or England and some captain somewhere in the future. I mean, the timing on that was fantastic. It's a goal. Look at us go. Apparently Chelsea are looking at Casido now. The reason I think making Bellingham captain of Liverpool is that it probably helps you keep him forever. Personally. You think Rice will get England captaincy first? Do you? I don't know. I mean, maybe. It'll probably be on the next manager, won't it? It won't be on Southgate. It'll be on whoever comes in and depends where they want their captain type to be. Why would the owners pay 60 plus for Bellingham when he wouldn't add 60 plus to the price tag when they sell? I don't understand. Why would the owners pay 60 million plus for Bellingham when he wouldn't add 60 million to the price tag when they sell? Oh, I see what you mean. The club. You mean to sell the club? I mean, how do you know that? I'm not saying they would. I'm just saying, how do you know they wouldn't? How do you know it wouldn't add that? I think it makes the future potential of Liverpool a lot brighter. I mean, I don't know if it would have a direct impact. I don't think player transfers generally are the biggest factor of value for a sale. I mean, I'm sure it plays a huge part. What are goalkeeper animations, mate? This is literally why people play in 2D, and it doesn't solve the problem. But like, because if I'm watching in 2D, I just go, oh, he scored a good header, whatever. When I watch it in 3D, I'm watching my goalkeeper just on the floor. Like, we're playing in the top tier of Romania. I don't understand. I don't. Like, the teams in this league aren't. Yeah. Tell FSG that they're known penny pinchers. I have no issue with my owners being penny pinchers, by the way. I sort of want them to be. Don't you? You think Arsenal will get Rice? Pardon? You think Arsenal will get Declan Rice? No, I don't. I don't. I think if he doesn't end up at Chelsea, that's mad. I think he almost certainly ends up at Chelsea. The only other team I could see going for Rice and like being serious about it is probably United. But I think that's a lot more unlikely than Chelsea. Mate, I just can't deal with goalkeepers. Do you know what my also problem is with it is? It's just unrealistic, isn't it? Isn't it? I'm not trying to be pedantic about this. I can only like what you got to understand on this, guys, is I can only talk about what I see. I can like when I play Football Manager on a live stream, all I can do. Oh, do me a favour. I can only talk about what I'm looking at. What's he just been? What was his second booking for? That I missed that. What happened? I don't. So when that sort of stuff happens and he's crouching down like he's catching it like he's stopping a cricket ball at mid-off, like what? And then it just falls to the attacker. I don't really mind that bit. If the representation, oh my god, and their goalkeeper Schmeichel, like, and that's just the inconsistencies of goalkeeper animations. I think the conclusion is there aren't enough. There needs to be like 3 times as many. Oh my god. Like, I really don't. I want to shut up. But the collisions in FM are dog shit. Like, I just can't. Look at how he wins the ball. I know the phrase is going through your man. But like, what the fuck is that? It's literally like, how does he do it? Like, what? What? And I'm going to be critical. When you bring out a game where the new features of the game are not very exciting, says the data, right? When you bring out a game where the new features of the game are not very exciting, I am going to look at the stuff that's already there more. I am going to focus in on the stuff that I've been looking at for the last 5 years, and collisions and like that sort of stuff is just so bad. It's really hard. It's really hard. I want to be positive, man. I really do. I've had a higher XG there as well. That's wild. The thing is, right, I kind of want to sit. I want to sit for 3 hours on a live stream, whatever, with someone from Football Manager in the call. Probably not on a live stream. I don't want. It doesn't have to be in front of people. That's mental, actually. That's ridiculous. And just like go through this and figure out why. Because I said this last year. I remember saying it vividly, right? The guys that work on the match engine are being made to look like fucking idiots because the graphics are so shit. Like the match engine, the way the match engine flows and moves is not that bad. But it looks garbage. So it doesn't matter how good your match engine is if the representation in 3D is this bad. It's really quite annoying. Like, so a lot of people think the match engine's not very good. I actually don't agree. I don't think the match engine is the massive problem. I really don't. I just think what is shown to you on screen, which is why, I've not what I've not done yet is cross-reference all of the data. I've not done any of that yet. But I bet people on 3D think the game is better. Honestly, it's probably how I feel about it. And frankly, did I have more fun on the game when I played in 2D? Is a question I've got to ask myself. I might be slightly skewed because I'm thinking about Parma and Salford and stuff like that, right? That was all in 2D. But also, like, as a creator, it's difficult because I want these moments of nonsense because they're quite entertaining. But it's like, I'd rather play a game that I felt like was being real to what I'm doing. There have been so many games this year that for and against, by the way, for and against goals have gone in where I'm just like, what? I didn't rest my team. See, now that's on me. We're shattered. We're shattered. They're trying to put the wrong goalkeeper in. God, my squad's small. What did I just do there? Christ, did I put a 19 in? I might need to sign some more players. That might be part of the problem. We're going to get destroyed here, aren't we? I think that much is clear. I think that much is clear. Oh, God, the David thing I should start. McPherson. Oh, lordy. This is going to be ugly. I mean, I'm quite excited to see what happens, but this is going to be ugly. Ugly. All right, let's go. Spirit, thank you for the 33, mate. What on earth happened with this save? It was chaos. We weren't very good. The thing is, right, the league form wasn't good last year, viewers. This is not a surprise. I saved it in January. I think I'm going to have to save it in January again. And we went on like the most outrageous cup run ever with the final where they had 4 XG and I had like less than 1 and 1. So. Christ. We go again. We actually, look, the game, I forget every time. I literally forget every time. How's Mum, she feeling about it? Yeah, she is. I think she's getting there, but it's like, she's broken her ankle and her foot, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not a quick process. The Manchester United theme song. That's good. Why is this bit like weirdly, why is the animation there weird and then it like goes okay? What FPS is this bit in? It looks like it's in like 20 FPS. Do you know what I mean? It's really weird. Right, we're playing AZ with a team that are shattered and have just lost in like hilariously stupid circumstances. So here we go. Are they playing the good striker now? I guess that's fine. I don't get to sit down, stream. I've decided I don't get to sit down again until we have a game where there's nothing silly happening. Oh, that doesn't count, does it? Sorry, what's that defending there? Well, sorry. Oh, God. I've never used the rewind function so much. What's he doing here? What's he thinking there? Fair enough. Grace Lantern, Sammy Baby, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, my friend. And Uni Creator with the Prime as well. Thank you, mate. Jesus the J, 22 months. Thank you, my man. And Connor Jack 5, thank you for the 14. Appreciate it, team. Lots of people subbing recently. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. We're beating them. Maybe we're just a cup team. Maybe that's it, gang. Maybe we're just a cup team. Surely not. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? What is happening here? What's going on? We're 2-0 up. I mean, look at the crowd can't believe it. Oh my God. Jack Walker, thank you for the 17. Happy New Year to you, my man. And Mike as well, thank you for the 6 months. I mean, look, we're a dangerous referee. We're a dangerous team to play against, obviously. The thing is, chat, and I can't, unless we go 4-0 up, how are we bidding this off? In what circumstances is this going to go wrong? What can go wrong? Loads can go wrong. Do you know? Fair enough. Do you know what I mean? But he's good, isn't he? So it's sort of whatever. It's not Odegaard, but like that's a great. Oh, no look pass there, you cheeky. It's a great finish. I'm ignoring the goalkeeper animation because I can't look at it. I mean, look, so far so good, gang. Because it's technically 3-3, I have to continue to encourage rather than praise. Little pro tip for you all there. Like, I know we're not winning, but the fact we've just gone 2-0 up is so exciting. Oh, look at that. Schürrle, the defensive duties. Oh, my God. Surely. Go on. Go on, mate. Not from there. Oh, my God. Imagine. Covey with the 26. Thank you, mate. Hamza, how you doing? Senzor. Hello. Come on, look at this. I mean, get them back to our place, and they're in trouble now. Look. What do you say at half time? One goal. We could win this match, guys. Come on, everyone. Come on. Let's get them. Highlight to kick off the second half. Come on. We are going to get tired here, I've just realised. But no, you don't have to worry about fitness in Football Manager. It's all just numbers. It's all about ability. Damn. Why have they got so many players flooding forward? Oh my God, that was dangerous. We should probably consider that a bit more. Maybe a defensive duty here or there. Maybe. Or like just play slightly less aggressive, perhaps. I think Ross on that natural left is fine, but I think defensively we need to batten down the hatches a little bit, you know? Come on. Waiting for you. New camera looks very clean. Thank you. No, I just showered. Oh. This looks quite scary. We are 63 minutes in, and they should be panicked at this point, in my opinion. I mean, team setup. I can run you through the setup. I need to create some graphics for it, actually. I'll do that later today. I'm playing the network game later as well, so I'm quite excited. We've booked in a sesh. Team. This is happening here. This is potentially happening here. Right? We're still 3-3. Oh, you're just interested on the camera I'm using. It's a great question, is what it is. So right, I shouldn't do this mid-game really, but I'm just going to find out for him, viewers, because I feel obliged. I'll tell you what it is. I bought it on Amazon, so I can give you the details. It's a Canon EOS M200. I bought it this time last year. I bought it for £400. It currently sells for £570. Please don't break. Or I mean, next stream might not have a camera. What can I tell you? Next stream you might be cameraless. What the dickens? Did I get it on? Maybe I got it on Black. What did I get it on? Did I get it on a sale? I've gone for 3 forwards here because I figured they're going to play 2 at the back, and we might be able to force an overload at some point. But again, I'm still hesitant here. I still feel like they've got some really good footballers, and well, we don't really. Oh my! But my goalkeeper, on the other hand, is a god. I mean, we're beating them here. Okay, I've got to make a change in midfield. We've got to try and like save a few of these lads. I mean, I can make one change. I think make extra time is possibly the worst thing that could happen. Well, actually, no. Losing would be worse. And Dia, go on, battle. Oh, when they're playing it back there, I'm thinking there's going to be a problem. Nice, Dante. Get on that. No, you've got actual quality. Why have you cocked it up so badly? Like, if we go out of Europe at this stage, by the way, we've... Oh, Ben, stop playing it down, mate. We're on it. Oh, no, we're not. We're out. We've given a great account of ourselves against... Oh, my God, the fight we're... The fight we're showing is unbelievable. Romania, blast to Benfica. Romania. Right, hang on. Oh, no. It was our free kick. Oh, please run after him, for the love of God. Stick a boot in someone. I mean, I don't really know how this is happening, but I'm fine with it. I don't know what we do here. I've got so little instructions on. Play for set pieces. I don't really want to change anything, team, honestly. I mean, play for set pieces, sure. I don't think I should change anything, though. We're in this. Sort of. Aren't we? Oh. Get it away. This is it. No, that was it. Oh my God, we're going to extra time. I really want to praise them, but I'm not allowed. No! Out we go. Not looking good. We're tired. We're so tired. The home fans can't believe what they're seeing. What an effort it's been. We're so tired. What's happened? It's a shambles. Sorry, the text commentary said, "You'll do well to see a goal better than that." Are you joking? You'll do well to see a goal better than that. Is it not going to say it this time? You will do well to see a better goal than that. What's happened there? You won't see a better goal than this, guys. The build-up play's quite good. We've literally... I mean... Is he in an offside position when the ball's first played? And does it matter? I mean, because the player makes a genuine attempt to play the ball. That seems like bullshit to me, though. Right? It doesn't matter. Makes it a new play. But isn't that's such a shit rule in football? Because isn't the argument he's only playing the ball because of where the player who's offside is? Like, I think that's kind of bollocks, to be honest. Like, oh man, that's so painful. It's a dreadful... If that is why, I understand the rule. It's a dreadful rule. Awful rule. And that's knocked me out of Europe. And we have taken AZ Alkmaar to the brink there. To the absolute brink. Wow. Well deserved. Thank you. Wow. Jesus. Do you think they'll like my transfer revenue from 20% now? What do you reckon? Up the wage, increase the wage budget, guys, maybe? Transfer budget? I don't know. I've just seen. I think realistically, if I were the owners of this team, I would think, do you know what? We can probably afford, at this point, we can probably afford to up some of the budgets because I've come in, I've made you mad bank. And yeah, if you want to survive, that's what it's going to take. Because that's where we are in the league. The 15th, currently anyway, 15th best team in Romania. Have just taken AZ Alkmaar. We've drawn with AZ Alkmaar. That's wicked. Considering we can't win a league game for love nor money. Wow. Oh, coaching badges. The problem is I asked quite recently, so I don't think they're going to let me do that. No. What were their expectations of Europe? Be competitive. I passed. I was competitive in the Europa League and the Conference League. If you'd have told me I'd have scored 5 goals in Europe this season, I'd have had that. I'd have gone, do you know what? Yes. I take it. That's pretty good. And considering we're shattered there as well, I mean, the final moment is not good. But, mate, what are you doing in Romania? So for those whose first stream is this? I'm curious. Anyone? Because you might be watching this going, how have we ended up in Romania? Right? Well, take a look at the history. So, we started in the Swedish 4th tier. And I'll be honest with you, team, there are only 12 teams in that division. So coming 11th is not nearly as good as you might think. We then went to Hresnek, I don't know how to say it, Latvia, where a division of 10 teams. We finished... Well, I'll say this, we were 10th. We hadn't won a lot of games at this point, if I'm honest. We then went to Humeni in the Slovakian 2nd division. They have been relegated out of existence. so there's a summary of them. Wow, that's really sad. Then Dubnica, we went to there. It wasn't great, I'll be honest. Slovakian 2nd division again. They currently sit 2nd bottom. And then I got a job in the Romanian 2nd tier. And I know what you're thinking, Ben. How did you finish 7th and get promoted? Well, let me tell you. Because the leagues are weird. So this is what it looked like the year I went up. Yes. You go into a promotion playoff. And I signed a Brazilian guy who helped a little bit. But in the Champions playoff, we managed to get 2nd with the tightest, very tight league campaign. And basically like sneak our way in. We scored loads of goals, to be fair. We were high conceders, big scorers. And then we got promoted. Now you may have just thought, well, Ben, you've done that. You've spent 1 year in the top tier and suddenly you're a team capable of getting into Europe. Yes. Now, the weird thing about the European journey is that we got into the Europa League while finishing 14th. I know what you're thinking. How the what? Well, we went on the most majestic Romanian Cup run you're ever likely to see in your entire lives. Beating Cluj 2-1 in the final. Take a look at the XG. Enjoy it. I'll just step away. Yes, indeed. Eat that. And Ndia, who's my heartthrob, scored a last-minute winner. So now, I've had a little run in Europe. What of it? The rest of the players didn't work, Ben. Oh no, it didn't. What? We'll do some more resting. So we're now out of Europe. We are still one of the worst sides in what do you call it, in Romania. We're quite good against the teams around us, which was proven last season in the relegation playoff, where we sort of like scraped by a point. These two teams go into a playoff against the teams that come up, I think, and they beat them both, so they both survived. Yeah, and I just chilled out. I was just a full-time entertainer. I don't really know how it works either, by the way. I know what some of you are thinking. So how are you 14th if you finished above two teams? I don't know. I think it's a points thing, but I don't really know. Like to know how you did against that. I scored 3 goals versus AZ as one of the worst teams in Romania. So, I mean, you might feel like winners, but really, I mean, who do they get to play? Who would I have got to play? You don't. You believe the current wage budget is enough, do you? Oh, God, we've actually got some in the bank there. Well, I don't. So I think we want to attract more players. It's not enough, though. So we're going to lose our best players to rivals. Rivals? Okay, look, we're going to be left behind if we don't do this. So it's not, though. It's not. I insist. I can't stress how important this is. It won't change anything. I thought you had more ambition, Marius. Okay, fair enough, Marius. Not going to fight him on that one. Increase the transfer budget. I mean, it's currently nothing. Can I have some budget? No. Right. Well, good chat. I feel like I'm getting on with them. I feel like my Romanian's not that good. I think that's probably the biggest issue we stand with at the moment. Is my Romanian isn't what it once was. I used to be fluent, and then I don't know what I'm saying. I was never. I don't speak Romanian. Yeah, not great. Not great from us. Not great. Not great. And you say it's your fault, but I know you could have done more. These are goalkeepers. I want to see who the best frees are right now. I just have a little looky. I know attributes are spelled wrong. Is the results on the excitement for women's football on the survey as you expected? Because obviously it's such a key thing for SI. Is the interest there? As for me, I'm quite intrigued to see how they integrate it. Well, I'm pretty certain I know how it's going to be integrated because they've done a big blog post on it. Loans, that's probably the problem. It'll be implemented in the same way that any new league will be implemented. I would have probably voted out of the 5. Like, I don't know if this is going to upset people or not really. I think there's 2 things. I'm thrilled it's there, and I'm excited for it to be there in a sense of like, it's a big thing for women's football to be in Football Manager. My personal excitement on whether I'll use it much as a player of the game is at like a 2 out of 5. Like, so I'm not excited to play it. I'm excited that it's going to be there. Like, in terms of it being there, it's like a 4 out of 5. So I'll probably level off at like a 3 in how I feel about it. Most people aren't excited, is what I'll say. Most people aren't excited, which is a shame. But yeah, I'm not that surprised, to be honest. But I think it sets itself as a warning that if you're going to release women's football, it can't just be. There has to be a lot with that. I think that's going to be a really important thing for them to deal with. And I back them. I think what's important in this whole conversation, I think there's lots of things that are important, but something I think is really important that is potentially not being talked about enough is that we can't ignore the credit in the bank that Football Manager has. We can't pretend that's not a thing. How much would this guy cost me in? Mate, this guy would be wicked. We can't forget that they've got that. They've got that for a reason. It's not like they haven't got the credit in the bank. We can't just go, you've used up all your credit with 1 year. That's not how it works. Like, I still back them to make a really good... It's like Maze of Torment. You're saying what credit? Like, do you not think you're being a bit, like... daft is probably the wrong word. I feel like you're being a bit daft, though. To suggest that Football Manager have got, like, no credit in the bank over years and years of the game they're putting out feels a bit harsh is probably a better word. Like, it feels a bit harsh to be like that. Like, I still trust them to make, like, good changes and big changes. But do I feel less confident than I did a year ago? Probably. Like, I remember when I first found out about the feature set for this year, I was gutted. I was really sad. I knew the feature set was bad. And it made me question how it happened. I was just a bit like, how have we got to this point? How is it this? Right? Like, how has it got to this? Because it's not been a good year of features. FM23 not worth it. It's not worth it at £45, but also it depends how much you play. If you've got 500 plus hours on FM22, hello? Hello? It's Doug. What's he doing? Bear with me. Hello? What's he doing? Doug's just woken up, so he's not in, I wouldn't say he's match fit. He needs a rest. Are you alright, darling? Not thrilled. Not thrilled. Can you come and say hello? Do you want to have a little... Oh. I'll see you later, mate. Daddy, do it. Can you pull it? Okay. We'll just leave it like that. Crumbs. Do you feel like every creator basically had the same requests for improvements caused disappointment in the community? Mine weren't requests. I don't know if that is the same for everybody. Mine weren't feature requests. When you make a video, so like me, I don't know if Jack did, I think Meezy and Kevil did though. Like when you make a video less than a month before the game is out, you're not making I'm not making feature requests. I'm making hopes for the feature announcement that I don't know anything about. So I think the fact that they didn't live up to what we hoped, cracky, that was a problem. Right, now Doug's been and gone. I can go down. Basically, if I didn't stand up when Doug came in, I stood up for Doug more than anything. But damn you. In some ways, they just completely missed the boat. With international management, look, there's a conversation to be had around international management that I can't have really. I can't really say much more than that. Oh, it's been disallowed. What, because it was such bollocks that it's been disallowed? That's good. I mean, yeah. That's a better reason for it to be disallowed. Jesus Christ. Do you think another developer could make a better management simulation game? Do you think they've just monopolized it and got a lazy, haven't dealt with the growth of the game? I think there's some truth to what you've said. I don't think it's the major factor of any of it though. So like, so to pick apart your point a little bit, I don't think another developer would do a better job. Like, there would be the argument of, yeah, but you give EA 100 million to make a football manager game. Would it be better? I mean, maybe, maybe not. And people will go, EA, not EA. Well, who then? Like, you need someone in the sports space to jump on that, really, I think. Konami, like whoever it is, right? Even then, you're battling against a giant. You might, and it's a battle you might not win. So it's almost not worth it. Football Manager doesn't go away in this scenario. Do you know what I mean? Is that offside as well? That looks offside. I've realised I'm playing in Zealand cam, which I didn't plan on doing. How can I? Is that going to be offside? That's going to be a goal. Damn. Oh mate, I'm just getting peppered. Yeah, it's just the way they win the headers. It's just such bollocks. 2K. I mean, whoever the developer is kind of crazy. The question of, well, how did you word this? Because I want to take your words, right? Have they gotten lazy and haven't dealt with the growth of the game? Do I think they've handled the growth of the game well? Not really. Like, no, I don't think they've dealt with the growth of the game very... Oh, mate. I know he's like short range and you shouldn't save it anyway, but... Ugh. We might need a system change here. We're like getting destroyed. We're also really tired because we've played so many European games. Travel days have like taken up so much training. I do think this season's going to turn around. I just think this was always going to happen. Like Europe is just such a problem for us with the squad. Like look at the squad size as well. But the problem is I don't have enough wages to be competitive to stay up unless I go for like a really good 11 and a pretty basic bench. There's not much I can do really. I'm going to bring McPherson on now. Which is why if I can bring on this, if I can get another midfielder in and move Schürrle further forward, I think we'll be far better off. I think this guy is not very good. What? What? Wait. Whose foot is that kicks it towards my goal? Who kicks it towards my goal? I don't think I'm overreacting. I'm just sort of like... Like, Homer's put in the chat there, this is a really granular level of being fucked off with the graphics. I feel like you'd enjoy the game more if you stop looking for things to show how bad it is. Sorry. You just put, but that's my opinion. Have you just, like, I'm going to do a swear. Have you just fucking watched what I've seen? Like, are you kidding? I don't disagree with you that, right, if I just sat there like this going, oh, well, it's only 3-0, right? It's not a problem. But what has to be... this isn't my first year streaming. I'm not new to Football Manager. I haven't done this in previous years. I haven't. This is not who I am. This is not who I am as a content creator. I'm not someone that sits here and slags off the game every match. But like, what do you want me to do? I've just watched 2 of my defenders attempt to kick the ball and it's gone in my own goal. The other goals I've conceded are baffling. Like, I don't know. And I have people tweet me going, well, I've not had any problems with the game. It's like, I've had 7 issues in 3 matches. So is my game bugged? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yes, we're back. 2D remains the superior view anyway. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm not saying this graphics is good, but this is a rabbit hole of looking for flaws. I'm not looking for them. That's the bit. Okay, that's the bit we disagree on. I'm not looking for them, mate. They just keep happening. I'm not even looking for them. You've got this assumption that I'm looking for them. If I was looking for them, I'd play in full match. Mr. Chicken, the 7 months. Thank you, mate. Jatus as well. Thank you for the 9 earlier, mate. Appreciate that. So I don't think I didn't see the goal because I was looking at the chat, but was it just a screamer? Because I don't feel like I can be annoyed at screamers. But I'd rather it just be screamers. See, that's lovely. As long as it didn't go through my centre back. That's a lovely goal. So you've been looking for now. How many have you found in total? I mean, where's my spreadsheet of issues? It's around here somewhere. So this is my spreadsheet of issues I've been collating for some time. I've got quite a lot of input on it, so I'm doing jokes. What about you now? 11,790. That's not my number of issues. That's how many people have done the survey. All right, chat.